In this video, we'll explore the bold predictions made by KUAN YEW, the founding Prime Minister of Singapore, regarding the future of the Philippines. His insights, delivered in a speech back in 1992, are still relevant today, as they provide a roadmap for progress, discipline, and growth. KUAN YEW was instrumental in transforming Singapore from a small island with limited resources into a global financial hub and one of the most prosperous countries in the world. His policies emphasized industrialization, foreign investment, and the development of world-class infrastructure. He also advocated for meritocracy and efficiency, which were the core principles behind Singapore's success. On November 18, 1992, KUAN YEW was invited to give a speech at the Philippine Business Conference. In his speech, he shared valuable advice on how the Philippines could develop and grow. One of his most famous lines from this speech was, "I don't believe that democracy necessarily leads to development. I believe that what a country needs to develop is discipline more than democracy. Discipline over democracy." Lee stressed that the key to development is discipline, rather than democracy. He explained that too much freedom in democracy can lead to chaos, which hinders progress. The real measure of any political system, according to him, is whether it improves people's quality of life while maintaining order and stability. He compared the Philippines' political system, which followed the American-style presidential system, to Singapore's, which was more focused on discipline and efficiency. Lee criticized the tendency of the presidential system to create gridlocks and shutdowns due to the separation of powers. He argued that a parliamentary system, like the one Singapore had adopted, would allow for better leadership and decision-making efficiency. Foreign direct investment, FDI. Lee also emphasized the importance of foreign direct investment, FDI, in economic growth. He pointed to Singapore's success as a result of welcoming foreign companies and investments, which created jobs and solved unemployment issues. He advised the Philippines to do the same, stating that an economy open to FDI, without restrictions in its constitution, could boost growth and attract international businesses. He highlighted how Singapore's open-door policy toward foreign investors played a crucial role in transforming the country's economy. The Philippines, Lee said, could follow this example to improve its employment rates and economic standing. Flaws in the political system. During his speech, KUAN YEW pointed out the flaws in the Philippines' use of the American-style presidential system. He observed that this system often led to inefficiencies, political gridlock, and stagnation. The constant election cycles, colorful campaigns, and lively political scene distracted from real issues like economic development and social order. Lee emphasized that the Philippines needed a system that prioritized effective governance over entertainment in politics. He called for reforms that would lead to a more disciplined and efficient government capable of implementing policies that would truly benefit the country's citizens. Law and order, a key to progress. One of Lee's most significant pieces of advice was the need for the Philippines to restore law and order. He argued that corruption, crime, and disorder were major obstacles to development. Lee believed that increasing the salaries of government workers could be a good start in combating corruption. If adequately paid, he reasoned government workers would have less incentive to engage in corrupt practices, and those who did could be punished more severely. He urged the Philippines to take action against crime and corruption, emphasizing that without a clean and efficient government, no amount of economic policy reform could succeed. He also called for the government to set an example by leading with integrity and to put in place stricter laws against corruption. Economic policies of ASEAN neighbors. Lee drew comparisons between the Philippines and its ASEAN neighbors, particularly Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. He pointed out that in the 1950s to 1970s, these countries followed similar protectionist policies to the Philippines, but eventually changed course. By the early 1980s, Thailand and Malaysia opened up their economies to foreign investments and export-oriented growth, which led to a surge in economic growth from 3 to 4% to as high as 10% annually. Indonesia, too, adopted similar policies, cutting down on protectionism and deregulating its economy to make its products competitive on the international stage. Lee warned that if the Philippines continued with its outdated policies, it would fall further behind its neighbors, which had embraced modernization and openness to the global market. Confidence is key. According to KUAN YEW, one of the most crucial elements needed for the Philippines to succeed was confidence. He explained that both domestic and foreign investors needed to believe that the government and its people were serious about reform and determined to pull themselves out of economic hardship. Confidence would drive investments, create jobs, and ultimately help the country prosper. Lee noted that the Philippines had great potential, especially being part of a region set for high growth. However, without confidence in the country's political and economic stability, investors would be hesitant to commit and progress would be stunted. Call to action. Lee's message was clear. The Philippines had to prioritize law and order, focus on economic development over politics, and welcome foreign investments with open arms. He also stressed that the country's media had a vital role to play in informing and educating the public about the importance of these reforms. He concluded his speech by expressing hope for the Philippines' future, saying that if Filipinos could understand the connection between politics, economics, and their daily lives, the situation could change dramatically. The Philippines, he believed, had the talent, energy, and potential to compete with its ASEAN neighbors, but only if it adopted the right policies and put discipline at the forefront of its national development strategy. Thank you for watching this insightful discussion on KUAN YEW's predictions about the Philippines. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to Island Frontlines for more deep dives into important regional and global issues. See you in the next video.